Hunting snails. This is my morning routine. The sky still hangs the remnants of last night's darkness. A thin mist dances above the young rice shoots that have only been planted for 5 days. The dew has not evaporated, and the scent of wet soil blends with the bitingly cold morning air. I walk slowly. My bare feet touch the cold, sticky, yet familiar mud. Every step feels heavy, as if this rice field is holding me back, asking me not to rush. But I know the snails are waiting. They are silent, hiding behind the still fragile rice stalks, under the calm water, behind the shivering leaves. They are not evil creatures. But this morning, I am a hunter. I squat down. My eyes sweep the surface of the calm water, looking for the glint of a shell. Silence. Only the sound of the wind greets me, and the soft swish of the water that is chased away by my steps. Then I find one. Silent, shivering, trying not to be seen. But I am more patient. Slowly, my hand dives, reaches, grasps.
1, 2, 3. Time passed silently. The sun began to rise, its rays reflecting on the surface of the water, dazzling. But I didn't care. My eyes only saw the small shells. I kept walking, from one plot to another. This rice field was alive, breathing with me. And in it, I didn't just hunt snails. I hunted quietly, hunting snails. That was my morning. And this morning, like the mornings before, I was one with the mud, with silence, with a simple life, but full of meaning. Until later, when my sack is full, and the sun stands tall above my head, then I will go home. With heavy steps, but a light heart. A new day has begun. And I have caught it. One snail, one life, a piece of story.
It's only been a few days since the rice was planted, but look, the snails have already invaded. I stood on the edge of the embankment, looking at the rice field that was still green with hope yesterday. Today, many young rice stalks drooped, lying lifeless. The leaves were torn, the shoots were gone. Eaten. Chopped up by those little shelled creatures. I gripped the plastic bag tightly in my hand. It didn't weigh much. They came like an army, I muttered to myself. No sound. Invisible. But when night fell and the dark sky covered the world, they came out of hiding. Slithering, crawling, eating one by one the rice that hadn't had time to strengthen itself. It's only been 5 days. It's only been 5 days since this rice field was planted. But so much has already been destroyed. I looked down again. My hand dived back into the mud. I pulled out a large snail. Its shell was thick, slimy, and smelly. It writhed. But there is no escape. I am a hunter, and this morning, there is no mercy.
I moved to the next plot. Worse, there were traces. The rice leaves were torn, leaving the sharp ends of the stalks. No footprints, no blood, just silent destruction. I picked up the snails one by one, sometimes 2 at a time. Some were big, some were small. Some curled up under the water grass, disguised as rocks. But I knew their tricks. I had seen the destruction they left too many times. If left alone, this whole plot could be finished, I thought. From a distance, I heard the voices of others. An old farmer across the plot, joining in the hunt. He didn't make a sound, but from the way he moved, I could tell, he was angry too. Angry because the rice fields he had planted with hope, were being devoured. The sun was starting to rise. Sweat began to drip from my temples, mixing with mud and dust. But I didn't want to stop yet. This wasn't just a snail hunt. This was a silent war. Between us, the guardians of the fields, and them, the eaters of hope. I know, tomorrow morning, they will come again. Laying eggs, breeding, bringing more. But I will also come again. With an empty sack, and full determination. Until this rice field is safe. Until this rice grows tall and strong, not easily knocked down by slime and wounds. Because behind every handful of snails, there is a piece of hope that is saved. And I am its guardian.
The water in this rice field, so clear. I can see the bottom of the mud, the small lines of the snail's movements, and the shadows of the young rice paddies swaying slowly, like dancing in a dream. Green, fresh, soft. The rice paddies are like newborn babies, still fragile, still looking for direction, but they have to face the cruelty of the world. The snails, they are happy here. Who wouldn't be? The water is clear. The leaves are a tempting green. Calm, quiet, the perfect place to settle down and gnaw.
But I am here too. Present, quietly, slowly. I tread the embankment carefully. Every sound of the gurgling water that is pushed away by my steps feels like morning music. In my hand, a sack. In my eyes, focus. In my heart, there is something that is difficult to explain. I like this. I like hunting snails. Not because of the results. Not because of the wages. But because of the feeling that cannot be found anywhere else. When my hand dives into the water, when my fingers touch the slimy shell, there is a strange vibration. There is a growing, wild spirit, as if I am conquering something more than just a small creature. I bend down, I pick up another one, and another one. Sometimes they hide behind the rice roots. Sometimes they sneak under the floating leaves. But I know where they are. I'm used to it. The sun begins to peek from behind the hill. Its golden rays fall on the surface of the water, shimmering, reflecting, dancing. I stop for a moment. Take a deep breath. Look wide. This rice field is a living painting. And I am part of its color. In the distance, sparrows fly. The wind shifts the clouds slowly. The sound of small gurgling still faithfully accompanies. I smile to myself. No one knows I'm here. No one sees how peaceful this small world is. But I know, and that's enough. I bow again. My hands dive again. My sack is getting heavier. But my heart is light. Always light. Every time I go down to the rice field. Because this is where I feel most alive. Among the clear water, young rice, and the snails that don't know that this morning.
But I have asked permission. To the owner, an old farmer who lives not far from here. He is friendly. Every time he speaks softly. His eyes are always calm like the water in his rice fields. When I said, "Sir, I want to go down to the rice fields. Look for snails to feed the ducks." He just chuckled, nodded, then said, "Just take as many as you can. I'm actually happy." Happy? Because snails are pests to him. Enemies. But for me, snails are a small fortune that cannot be ignored.
Actually, this is not my rice field. It is not mine. It is not my family's either. I am just a freeloader. A freeloader in the mud. A freeloader in the morning. So, among the mud, both he and I benefit. He is calm because his young rice is safe. I am happy because my ducks will cheer happily when I give them fresh food from the rice field this morning. I am nobody, not the owner of the land, not even the farmer who planted it. But this morning, I feel like I am part of this place. Because this rice field does not ask who I am. The mud does not reject my feet. The water remains clear even though I step over it. And the rice fields continue to sway slowly as if nodding to me. I am not the owner. But I am a momentary guard. The guard who comes early in the morning. Saving the green stalks from the small-shelled enemies. Nothing grandiose. No promises. Just one sack. And the determination to keep hunting. And that old farmer. Every time I said goodbye and went home with a full sack, he just smiled. Sometimes he said softly, "Thank you, my rice is safe." And I just nodded, not much to say. Because in the silence of the morning mud, there were too many things that couldn't be said. I like this. Simple, calm, honest. Not my rice field, but every morning I pass here is completely mine.